Welcome to the Popish plot. I'm Nate.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Mike.
And this is year 7.
Woo-hoo!
Happy New Year!
It's been so long since we spoke to you guys. Yesterday.
It's been a whole year. last time we talked to you, it was year 6. Now it's year 7. It's been a long time.
That always confused me when I was a kid. And at the end of this, in the spring, people are like, "All right, see you next year." I'm like, but it's later this year. I was overly literal as a kid. Year 7. It's going to be exciting. Mostly because
we've got nothing planned.
Because we here at the Popish Plot, as you know, take the dang Bible very seriously. Which means Sabbath year.
Yep, we're going on sabbatical.
Shemitah.
Guys.
Yep. No plowing. No harvesting.
Most of the Sabbath requirements for the Sabbath year are
Yep.
about your garden.
Yep.
We're not a gardening channel.
Fair point.
And that's one of those Old Testament ones that I think technically only applies to the Jews pre the resurrection anyway.
And we're
Like,
definitely
this is not an everlasting commandment of God.
And
It's
we're
not the Ten Commandments, the whole thing.
all right,
we're definitely not in the land.
But there's one thing I'm really going to stick with.
So we will not garden Israel all year.
I promise I will not plow in Israel.
But there's one thing I'm really going to stick with really, really solidly on this, and that is all debtors I might or all creditors I might have within the United States, because you could hold on to the debts of foreigners, have now been forgiven. I'm debt free.
You heard it here. It's binding.
I mean,
That's how it works, right? I mean,
Well, I'm going to go a step further.
okay.
I'm also going to forgive my debt to international lenders.
Okay, yeah.
To my international creditors.
To my international creditors.
Because after all, Christ is
Look,
for all people.
I'm a very generous soul. I'm trying to live out Christian charity. So you're right. I also forgive my foreign creditors.
It's awesome. All debts are wiped free. The land will lie fallow, as it always does.
All those financial advisors are right. You do feel a lot better when you're living debt free.
Who knew?
we're only allowed to eat free-range apples that, are just growing in random areas.
Yeah, but John the Baptist speaks really highly of, wild honey.
And locusts.
Which,
Yeah, I forgot that part.
depending
Hey.
on... some...
I've had some really good crickets.
Do you cook it or eat it raw?
Baked.
Nice. Okay.
Ooh, fried would be good too.
I like it.
But there is some discussion about whether he was referring to a plant.
Breaded?
You don't need to. They're crispy. They're literally just crispiness.
Fair enough.
Unless you get really big, then they're crispy with a gooey center.
What about breaded in cheese?
I've had some that was
Breaded
dusted
in
in
cheese?
popcorn
Well,
cheese
you just
powder.
you just dip them in powder.
Oh, like powdered cheese.
Comes out of the fryer, goes into the powdery cheese.
Cheesy crickets.
All right, we're gonna try some various kinds of coatings on locusts and let you know how it works out.
But don't hold us to that, because we might forget about it by tomorrow.
No, we'll get around to it. Or if not, you have to forgive us.
It is the
All
Sabbath
debts are
year.
forgiven.
I mean, I believe
That's how we'll make it a Sabbath year.
it's cut off at like midnight of the year type thing.
Nope.
Now we're incurring new ones now.
Nope. All year we're making extravagant promises to which we cannot be held.
All right. Do we want to go over things we're actually doing this year?
Yes. What are we actually doing
We're
this
not
year?
actually doing that? Dang it. All right. What
I
we
mean,
got?
you might. Well,
I promise.
we haven't even done a whole year of random saints that you've never heard of. So we'll continue on with the saints.
Hebrew speaks of the great cloud of witnesses, so there's more people whose names we can't possibly pronounce.
Oh.
So many Welsh names.
Oh,
And
thank God for their holiness.
Anthony of Petoskey has been telling me he's got some more pilgrimage sites for our viewers.
I'm just so excited. It's good.
He can't even keep himself composed. He's so excited.
He doesn't have words.
Oh, I have words. I just don't want to get censored.
This might be a case where Mike does an episode where he just is angry at things.
A new feature. What's eating the last angry man? I got a lot of problems. Ooh, the airing of grievances.
We'll
We'll do Festivus again.
I do think we need to revisit the idea of the idea of what's eating the last angry man.
Mm-hmm. We only did it once as a live show, but it worked out better than any of us hoped.
Mm-hmm.
That was outside of this, but I have occasionally suggested that we do something similar for this. So
when we forget about it, remind us in the comment of just whatever video. Hey, what's Mike mad at, and why is it Anthony of Petoskey? We'll still take viewer requests of saints, even obscure saints who we have more information on a job they have than the saint themselves.
Well, things that will remain constant is that we love viewer requests. We love hearing from you guys. We love bringing you the content that you want to see.
And they don't have to be saints. You know,
Blessed,
maybe
venerable, a local servant of God that no one else will know about, but because they're probably pretty new, you can actually look up information on them.
Yes, absolutely all that, but also maybe you have some question or something that you don't quite understand or something that you do understand, but you had to, you know, a bit of a journey to get to the point of understanding, and you think it might help others to have somebody walk them through that.
So, we promise to continue to shoot from the hip and to bring you the answers as best we understand them, acknowledging that we are three lay people with not one degree in theology between us.
Not a one.
Not even a cumulative one.
Nope. Not even close to like half.
Not even remotely. However, we do.
I mean, the people
like
with
looking
degrees
things up
in
online.
theology have asked us for help on theological things.
Well, again, you know,
we did kind of co-write a catechism program.
some of us have more or less respect for the cult of credentials. So just because you have the degree doesn't mean you actually know stuff, as real experience has taught us.
We
Bitter,
don't need a
real-world
whole
experience.
lesson on the choirs of angels, whether it's a theological opinion.
And yet
it's there. No matter how much we argued and refused to write that one episode of the Sunday school program.
Again, because at some point authority asserts itself.
Because the fact that we refused to write it didn't mean that it wasn't going to get written, dear.
Yes, but it was nowhere near as well written as we would have done it if we cared about that.
That's fair. I'm just saying. It's sort of like the person who says, I'm not going to drive the train, but, you know, you're not the only one who can drive a train, so...
In year 7 of the Popish plot, we will continue to be the humblest of all. We will continue not to be even remotely passive-aggressive.
Who's passive-aggressive here?
Certainly not I.
Not I.
We will be sarcastic. We will be sardonic. Occasionally, we'll just be outright mean.
That's right. In most cases, I tell you what I'm thinking.
And when I get upset that we're celebrating Reformation Day, not Halloween.
Listen, I simply maintain that we can do both.
In most cases, I tell you what I'm thinking, and then when you get all upset with me, I say, what?
What? I was honest. No, I'm not mad at you for lying. Here at the Popish Plot, we live out the charism of friendship, because we wouldn't have nearly as much fun if it was only one of us. But all three of us bouncing off each other, sometimes with slight tension, sometimes with just goofy amounts of fun, especially when Jess and I keep cutting Nate off and he just is about to explode. So, all that and more in the sabbatical year, where all debts are forgiven.
All debts are forgiven.
And we're not plowing our fields.
Wait, hold on.
I promise not to plow a single field in Israel.
Hold on. All debts are forgiven because while, you know, I consider all the American institutions that I owe money to be not a foreigner to them. Mm-hmm. You are all foreigners to me. If you owe me money, I expect to get it.
Because we think that, you know, the parable of the guy who's forgiven a whole debt and then still demands that his debtors pay, we think that guy is right on.
Yeah, he clearly got a bum rap. I'm telling you, all those fellow coworkers who went and snitched him out.
I'd just like to officially disassociate myself from this theological opinion.
I would too.
So, comment below with all kinds of the hijinks that you want to see in year 7. The obscure saints, the weird theology, the outdated pop culture references.
Maybe you would like the take. Maybe you would like to know the take on, I don't know, some article within the catechism from 3 not at all accredited theologians.
We'll give you our level best. So, give this episode a like, subscribe to our channel, ring the church bell to find out when all of that year 7 goodness is brought to you. Are you sure we can't just take a sabbatical year?
Again, the year had very little to do with not doing your job unless you're a farmer or, an accountant. And although Nate is an accountant, it's not quite the same.
She grew up the most agricultural of any of us, so I'll defer to her judgment.
And there's a real problem of inertia, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
If we keep them going,
if we took a real sabbatical year, we'd never start again.
Exactly.
All right, so look forward
and we might not get our viewers back.
Look forward to, just in a matter of days, possibly hours, the next exciting plot. And until then,
remember to live your faith.
Love your faith.
And
share that love.
I mean, any length of time past this is a matter of hours. It's just, is it a short number or a large?
Exactly. We just rarely refer to it was over 168 hours as a matter of hours. Even though it's what it is.
It was a bajillion seconds ago.
We'll see you again in 3 million seconds. I wonder how long that is.
2 million.
525,600 minutes.
Then we'll sing the song from Rent. Mm-hmm.